talent. Thank you for coming to help me clean the herbology classroom. You said you had a very special reason for asking. Lee, Leah Lee, the expert herbologist, is visiting Hogwarts. Professor Sprout asked for volunteers to get the greenhouse ready for her visit. You have brilliant. She's a rather renowned herbologist, and she's delivering a shipment of plants to Hogwarts. We had to move some plants out of the usual location to make room. I'm sure they'll be fine. Let's clean up the classroom. So you're looking forward to meeting Lee too, huh? I wouldn't have expected that from you, Haywood. She comes from a family of Death Eaters. Surprised that you and Haywood are interested in Leah Lee, given her background. I don't care if her family are Death Eaters. Your family doesn't determine who you are. Yeah, but Penny, everyone is their own person. I've actually met Leah Lee, and I can say confidently she is not a dark witch. She's an accomplished herbologist, and that's all I'm interested in. Said that we can expect all sorts. I hope she burns. Uh-oh. Don't move, I'll help. Defendo. That was a tough, but we did it. You saved me. How's the cleanup going? What's going on? It's nothing. Penny got a bit too close to the tentacula, but we managed to control it. You would have done the same for me. That plant isn't even big enough to kill anyone. I wonder how it got here. Someone must have moved it from its usual spot, but the fact you managed to get it under control all by yourself is quite impressive. This gives me an idea. I'd like you to have a word with you when you have a moment. Brilliant. Meet me at the courtyard after your next lesson. You wanted to see me? You showed some serious skills with plants when you protected Penny. As our outskirts greenhouse caretaker, this may interest you. You must have heard that Leah Lee is visiting Hogwarts. I have actually met her before. I met her when I helped Barnaby prepare for the Lee family toast. I want to appoint a student as Leah's assistant during her time here, and I think you're the perfect candidate. That makes sense. Barnaby's all about magical creatures. You'd be helping her with the plants she's bringing in and anything else she might need. Good to see you eager to help. What excites you the most? I'm interested in learning about Leah Lee. I'm looking forward to seeing Leah myself and also very excited about the plants she's bringing. I'm glad you asked. Pay attention. I'll tell you all about them. There's been a mandrakes, fan geraniums, and tubers, among other specimens. Yes, and I want your help I want you to help her ease the plants into the new environments. Which plant are you interested in learning more about? Fan geraniums are cool. They look like the creatures, more like creatures than plants. I'm glad to see you're looking forward to this assignment. Leah Lee will be arriving any time now. If you could wait for her at the school entrance. It's good to see you again. I was assigned to be your assistant during your time at Hogwarts, so I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Brilliant. If there's anything you need while you're here, or if you have any questions, that's unlikely. I know this place like the teeth of my phaedroniums. I suppose I should have guessed that. If you want to know anything else about my time at Hogwarts, you only need that to ask. What was your favorite class? It wasn't potions was my favorite class. I pursued my interest in plants on my own. I know things about growing plants at Hogwarts that no one else does. For now, we have got loads to do to get these plants delivered. Brilliant. For starters, we need to move my luggage into the castle. Wingardium Leviosa. You made my arrival a lot easier. Oh, and now, a message from Dumbledore. He asks us to see him in the office. We'd better answer his call. The plants can wait. So let's go to Dumbledore's office. You called for us. Thank you for coming so quickly. It's good to see you back in Hogwarts. I was helping Leah with her luggage when we got you out. There's no reason to worry. It may be a wonderful opportunity for you too. I understand you need Leah to substitute for Sprout for a few days. I believe we are incredibly lucky that she's already here at Hogwarts. I don't really have any experience teaching. Teaching assistant, wonderful idea. If you choose to accept, you'll have my full support. Professor Lee has a nice ring to it. Then it's settled. Professor Lee will substitute for Professor Sprout, and Darkus will be your assistant. Can my friends help too? I may not be able to do everything on my own. All clear. I'm ready to help Leah with the class. You know, some of your contributions to the school are still bearing fruit. What does that mean? All in due time. We should get to work now, and a good place to start would be finish what we started. Won't be happy if they take root there. I'll ask my friend Penny to help us. That will be quicker that way. We'll be there. See you at the train grounds to finish unloading the plants. This is my friend I told you about. Meet Leo Lee. It's an honor to meet you. I heard you're substituting for Sprout. Okay, I can do that, I think. But Penny is very much looking forward to your arrival, so I thought it'd be great for her to help us. You brought a lot more plants than Professor Sprout mentioned. I can see some Mimbilus, Mimbilatunia, Snargolophos, boasting mushrooms. No venomous tentaculars, thankfully. Penny led a less than friendly encounter with one recently. Tad aggressive, can't they? But they, like all plants, they can be incredibly useful. What do you think of these unexpected ones? Do you have any that catch your eyes? And looks incredible. You want to be careful around it. Getting it covered in stink sap is not precisely a pleasant experience. I look forward to learning a lot more about these plants. Fascinating plants indeed, and I have learned most of what I know about them right here at Hogwarts. I'm not talking about class. Some things are best learned through first-hand experience. Of course, any tips before we get to work? Let's unload these plants from the crates so we can move them to the greenhouses. And we are done. All the plants are in the greenhouse. Brilliant. Thank you, both of you. I couldn't have done it without your help. Happy to help. Now it's time to plan the lessons. That's what I'm here for. As a student, I spend most of my time in lessons. I can help you brainstorm some ideas. I have too much homework to join you, but you're in good hands. Doctors is the best when it comes to planning. Great, let's go to the herbology classroom and I'll help you prepare. Good luck. Thank you for coming. I have to admit, I am a bit nervous substituting for Sprout. I'm sure you'll do great. Everyone's looking forward to meet such a famous herbology. They must have heard of my adventure collecting wampum willow saplings in Asia, or maybe of my research on snake wood trees. But they sure sound like a great stories, perhaps not the most educational ones. I've never taught before. I don't really know what makes a good lesson. Then we'll know which subjects we haven't been covered yet. Great idea. Let's study the curriculum. Alright, looks like one clear gap in the class's knowledge is how to brew magical fertilizer, and that's an essential lesson. Interesting, I'm not sure I would have guessed that. It's quite logical when you think about it. Plants grown in pots can never truly get all the nutrients from the relatively small amount of soil. That actually makes a lot of sense. And it just so happens that fertilizers are one of my areas of expertise. Now, trust me, it'll be more fun than it sounds. Before we get started, let's see what you can remember. Do you know any of the ingredients that go into fertilizer? Dragon dung. That's right. I can see why they picked you. With all this talk of ingredients, it almost sounds like we are describing a potion. And just like potions, there's a good amount of creativity involved. You can create your own fertilizer, which is what I did years ago. A masterclass on a very magical fertilizer that only you can teach. That will be a memorable lesson. To do that, I'll need to gather all the necessary ingredients. I'm ready to get started. Dragon dung, animal bones, powdered root of asphodel, and dried kelp. I'm sure you'll manage. Gather them all, and I'll teach you to brew my special fertilizer. Thank you for coming. I'll need your help with Leah's request. Helping the professor get ready for class, that's a huge responsibility. Sounds like you and Leah have decided what subject. She'll be teaching us her very own magical fertilizer recipe. But I need your help getting all the ingredients. We can definitely do that. Let's brainstorm ways of getting all 4 ingredients. Sounds like we have a plan. We'll start by asking Hagrid for some dragon dung. We have solid ideas on how to get the rest of the ingredients. Who would have thought fertilizer needed so many ingredients? I'm glad I'm not Leah's assistant. But it's an incredible opportunity to loan, don't you agree? I think it's fun. I'm loaning already. I cherish every opportunity I have to spend time with experienced witches and wizards. Thank you both again for your help. I think we are ready to begin. Absolutely, it's always a good to visit Hagrid. If you find anything in the meantime, let me know. Alright, let's go see Hagrid. Get some dung. Dung. Hey, finally. I actually completed everything. Ooh. Would have preferred energy, but books are good too, I guess. Man, I need energy. Energy. It's been good to see you. The pumpkin patch looks better than ever. I was just about to work on them for a bit. I never understand how they get so huge. It's me secret, just as I have me way with creatures. I know a thing or two about plants. I've been assigned to assist Leah Lee while she fills in for Professor Spout. I like loaning. It's not necessary about plants. I just like learning. Since Leah's an expert in her field, I'm making the most of the whole time here. Yeah, keep your mind sharp, and there's nothing that can stop you. In any case, we are here because Leah is teaching us how to brew a fertilizer she invented. One of the ingredients is Dragon Dung. We thought maybe you'd have some to spare. Tell you what, help me do that, and you can have whatever dung is left. I think we can help with that. Absolutely, you've got yourself a deal. Let's help Hagrid fertilize the pumpkin. That's the last of the fertilizing done for the season. You've saved me a lot of time. Now here's the Dragon Dung, I promise. It's just what we need. We'll need to come up with a charm that blocks smells. I'm sure we can handle it. Next is on the list is dried kelp. Plenty of kelp near the seashore at the Magical Creature Reserve. Brilliant. Next stop, the reserve. And stop putting time restrictions in. Some only have limited time. Here we are, the Magical Reserve. The smell of the ocean is something special. It's not just creatures that live here. As you can see, there's plenty of plants and seaweed too. Yes, the wonderful kelp. It's the favorite of many sea creatures. That makes sense. It's supposed to be very nutritious. We should gather enough to make a couple of batches of fertilizer for the class. Brilliant. Come on, let's gather the kelp. This is great. We have gathered more than enough kelp. Leah will be proud of us. She did answer dried kelp, though. I've never heard of a brew that uses it wet. It's not a problem. There's a charm that will easily do the trick. Charm, but there's no fun in just telling you. Can you guess which charm? The drought charm. The hot air charm is what we need. It will only take a moment to dry this kelp. I know the spell. Don't dry as a rock cake. 2 ingredients down, 2 more to go. Next is animal bones. Those whale bones are probably way too big to grind up. He sets up rat traps all around, but I do have to study for my charms exam. You have already been a huge help. I'll ask Penny to come with me. Now I'll go get Penny and ask Flinch for the third ingredient. Thank you for meeting me here. Of course, I was happy to hear you have got 2 ingredients for Leah's fertilizer. We are halfway through. Now we need animal bones, and Hager suggested we could ask Flinch for some. Alright, here goes nothing. We are lucky to find you. We were thinking about the rat trap, so you cleverly placed around Hogwarts, and how Mrs. Norris probably enjoys them quite a bit. Indeed she does. They provide her favorite meals. She brings them to my office almost every day. Isn't that cute? We need animal bones, so we were hoping you would give us some from Mrs. Norris's leftovers. I'll explain everything. So you're telling me a professor asked you to ask me to give you rat bones? She only told me to get some animal bones, and we thought you'd be kind enough to let us have some. The way I see gathering all the necessary ingredients is part of the lesson. Dumbledore would appreciate it. He's the one who asked me to help Leah. If he knew you're making her stay at Hogwarts more difficult than it needs to be. Thank you, I won't forget this. I'll send them directly to the herbology classroom. If I ever find out you have used them for anything other than class, I'll make sure you are both expelled. There's only one ingredient left. We're almost there. That's right. The only remaining ingredient is powdered root asphodel. Asphodel. I wonder if it'll help us. Perhaps if you asked him. That's fair. Then I'll need a Slytherin student Snape likes. And Mila seems to be the case. I'm sure you'll find a way to convince her. I'll have to try. I'll go see Mila now. Thank you for answering my call. It doesn't mean I'll help you. I'm just willing to hear you out. I need to get my hands on some powdered root asphodel. Powdered root asphodel, that's an ingredient for the draught of living death. I didn't know that. I need it for something else though. It's one of the ingredients Leah Lee asked me to get for her upcoming lesson. I definitely am. Then this might be the perfect way to make a good first impression. Brilliant. Then we can go and talk to Snape. He's in a particularly foul mood today. It won't be easy to convince him. We'd better have a clear plan of approach. Thank you, Pamela. I think I'm ready to ask Snape for the last ingredient. As you is. What's the most important thing when dealing with Snape? You have to have confidence, that's right, especially when it comes to potions and ingredients. I think I can do that. Thank you again. Thank me when it's over. I hope this will be at least fun to watch. Could we have a word, please? You must have noticed the class ended, and that means students are expected to leave. We just needed to ask you for potion ingredients. It's Leah Lee's the reason I'm helping Dan, and I also thought I may own Slytherin some house points. It's powdered root asphodel. Suppose if it's Leah Lee who's asking, that does make a difference. I wasn't finished. You'll have to prove you know this ingredient before I agree to give it to you. Which famous potion has powdered the draught of living death, the most powerful sleeping draught? I wouldn't have come with Dan if that wasn't the case. As long as you can find it. Not to the savvy eye, they don't. Find it and you can take it. Suppose that's Snape's version of helpful. We'll have to find it ourselves then. I think that it's you. This powder's light brown and fine. I'm sure I'd find it first. You may as well say so. I couldn't have got it without you. Just make sure Leah Lee knows I helped you. Now that I have everything, to go back to the hole and prepare the lesson. I got all 4 ingredients. I knew you'd be able to do it. My friends played a crucial role. I ran into Hagrid and he told me you helped him harvest his pumpkins in exchange for the dung. He wouldn't share his secrets for growing them that big. It's driving me mad. Of the other 3 ingredients, which one would you say was the hardest to get? Definitely the powdered roots of asphodel. I used to have a pretty decent relationship with Snape. Difficult or not, I'm impressed that you managed to get all of them in such a short amount of time. You are now ready to learn the real secret that makes fertilizer so special. There's a 5th ingredient in the recipe, but the real secret is where you'll find it. The 5th ingredient is hidden in the place where you used to grow your plants. I reckon it should still be there. And the last ingredient is lionfish spines. Used in healing potions, but I found them incredibly effective in my fertilizer brew. I was surprised too when I discovered it, so much so that I made sure I always had it available. This is it in the outskirts greenhouse. This is where I used to grow my plants. And it's my secret spot as well. Professor Sparrow assigned me here to be its caretaker. It's comforting to know you are taking care of the place. It was abandoned when I found it many years ago. I was a student, but I took it upon myself to bring it back to life. Indeed, I have the fondest memories of spending time with my magical plants here. Now I get what you said about growing plants at Hogwarts. You were talking about this place. What's your favorite plant? I will say though that I used to have a soft spot for Mallowsweet. Thank you for sharing all this with me. This is a fascinating place. Makes you want to learn everything about it, doesn't it? You must have spent a lot of time here. I had my plants, my soil mixes, my ingredients, which is what brings us to you, the lionfish spines. I used to keep a stash here. I reckon it should still be around. Let's look around then. Found it. Here's the last ingredient. Lionfish spines, well done. It's amazing that they are still here. Now we really have all the ingredients, which means you're ready for the lesson. Sounds good to me. Then gather your friends and meet me at the herbology classroom. You're all here. Welcome to the test one of my very first lesson. Happy to be part of it, my friend. Ben had a charms exam, but I thought Mila and Penny. Welcome to the class, then. My pleasure. Your family and mine have some things in common. I'm sure you remember Penny. Of course, good to see you again. I'm excited too. You'll be able to use it to grow almost any magical plant. Then that will definitely help. Come in handy. Pay attention then. Perfect, everyone. We are nearly done. Now for the final step, just tap of the wand will do. KO to do the honors. Sure thing. Here goes. And that's it. The fertilizer is ready. Now you can use it to grow your magical plants. That was a perfectly structured, easy to follow lesson. The lesson is not over. I have to make sure you learn how to do it on your own. Oh, alright then. At what point in the process should you add the lionfish spines? Final step, exactly. Glad to see you are paying attention. I think so too, and now that I have tested it, the lesson will go well. I'm sure it will. Your instructions were clear and to the point. I'll keep that in mind. In any case, I want to thank you all. It was my pleasure. If there's anything else you need, do let us know. Will do. Good luck with your lesson. You wanted to see me after your lesson? Professor Spirit has sent word that she's on her way back. Bittersweet, but my time as a substitute teacher has officially come to the end. Definitely did. I never thought about being a teacher. Learning about you and your story in Hogwarts, it's inspiring to meet accomplished wizards and witches. If I improved your view of herbology even a little, I'm satisfied. As a token of my appreciation, I will give you something. There's nothing wrong. I just can't seem to find a gift. Nonsense. You deserve a thank you. You have already helped me so much. Help me organize my things. Then it will be easier to find your gift. This is much better, thank you. Now I feel ready for my journey back home. And the best part, I found your gift. A mallow sweet plant for your very own collection. If you take good care of it, it will reward you in time. Remember that I told you it used to be my favorite plant? Well, I thought you should have one. It's a very special plant. Centaurs born it to observe the fumes and refine the results of the stargazing. May this plant be a memento of our time as professor and assistant.